How do I find out the best IVF clinic? Important question, and if you want to find out the answer, watch the entire video and I'll be happy to tell you some of these secrets. I'm Dr. Malpani. I'm an IVF specialist. I've been running Malpani Infertility Clinic for the last 30 years with my wife, and our website is www.drmalpani.com. One of the big problems with IVF is it's surrounded by so much jargon, so much mystique, that patients think it's too complex and they'll never be able to understand. So that's one mistake they make. They think, I'm just an ordinary patient. Why shouldn't the IVF doctor, who's the actual expert, make all the decisions? Who am I to understand? Isn't a little knowledge actually dangerous? And isn't Dr. Google very misleading? And I won't get all the right information from any website. I'll get it from my doctor. So why don't I just trust my doctor and let him do what's right? Which is great, only if you find a good IVF doctor, the right IVF doctor, which then becomes a catch-22 situation, doesn't it? If you find the right IVF doctor, you're sorted. But how do you find the right IVF doctor in the first place? Every IVF doctor is going to say, hey, we're the right doctor for you, we're the best. And that's one of the reasons now why you see IVF clinics sprouting up, literally like vegetables, I would say, in every nook and cranny and gully and nooked of large cities and even small towns. These clinics only have one purpose: to make as much money as possible. They don't have the experience, they don't have the expertise, they don't even care. They just want to grab as many patients as possible and do as many IVF treatment cycles as possible in order to make as much money as possible. Great for the doctor, not great for the patient. What are you going to do about this? How can you protect yourself from these rapacious doctors who are predatory, whose primary focus is profits and not patients? And the only way you can is what I call information therapy, by educating yourself, by informing yourself. And none of this is rocket science. Remember, you have a lot at stake. You can't afford to leave everything up to God. You can't afford to leave everything up to the doctor either. You need to do your homework for yourself. And the good news is you can. We've simplified everything. We've stripped all the complexities away. We've made it very easy for patients to understand. We've got tons of videos. We've got lots of information on our website at www.drmalpani.com. And you know what? All that information is free. Read it, watch it, see it as many times as you like, share it with the doctors in your family, share it with your husband, share it with your friends, whoever you want, anyone you trust, to make sure that you're on the right track. And even better, you can ask me specific questions about your specific medical problem. I offer a free second opinion on our website. You can email me and I'll give you a reply in 24 hours. And again, I have no axe to grind, no vested interest. Whether you stay in Pakistan or Jammu Talaya, and even if you can't come to me, that's absolutely okay. I'll still tell you what is right for you, because I believe that is the job of a doctor, to educate patients, not to get patients to come to me for a treatment, but to tell patients what's right for them. And that's something I'm happy to do. So, do your homework, and www.drmalpani.com is a great way to start. After doing that, armed with this information, you then need to start interviewing doctors. You can do this on the phone, you can do this with a physical visit. There are certain basic questions you need to ask. You can't assume stuff. You definitely cannot assume that all IVF clinics are equally good, because one of the dirty little secrets is they definitely aren't. Lots of IVF clinics don't even have a full-time embryologist. They actually depend on what I call helicopter embryologists or traveling embryologists, guys who come in maybe once a month or once a week. So what these guys do is they group all their patients, they batch all their patients together, and trust me, even brand name famous IVF clinics do this, one of their dirty little secrets. And then they treat all these patients at one time, and then this doctor flies down and the embryologist flies down, and they do whatever is required for 2 or 3 days, which works well for about 70% of patients. Doesn't work well for difficult patients, doesn't work well for poor ovarian responders, because the reality is every finger is different. Not every patient is going to be the same. So that will be okay for young patients who grow lots of eggs, and that's why they keep on talking about, hey, we have high success rates. But they have high success rates only for those young patients who have a good chance anyway. They don't have high success rates for older women. They don't have high success rates for poor responders, because they cannot customize the treatment for these difficult patients, because they do not have the facilities, Not so much the technical facilities. Anyone can buy an incubator. That's not a great deal. But their embryologist is not full-time. Their embryologist doesn't have the experience or the expertise. The doctors aren't full-time. They don't know how to deal with poor responders. They're not capable of customizing the protocol. Every time they do something, they have to send an email or a WhatsApp to the central doctor who's either in Bombay or Delhi or wherever else, who will look at the report, has never seen the patient in his life, has no idea what's happening, who treats you basically based on a report sent by some assistant doctor in some other part of the world or other part of India, who will then assess, and then there's a lot of guesswork and a lot of hit and miss, and usually it's, we have 30 patients to treat, so let's take care of the 25 good ones, and the other 5 in a batch, well, who cares about them? But you care about them because you're one of them, and you don't care what happens to the other 25 patients who are being treated with you. You want personalized care just for yourself. And if your clinic is not capable of providing it, that's not the right clinic for you, trust me. So if they don't have a full-time embryologist, if they do not provide photos of their embryos, if they do not do blastocyst transfers because their embryologist doesn't stick around long enough, all these are red flags. Not a good clinic to go to. And the good news is, if you are looking for a good clinic to go to, please come to us. Very open, very transparent, happy to show you what we do. We're so happy to show you what we do that we actually publish everything online on our website publicly so that everyone can see that we walk our talk. We don't just talk. We actually do what we say we will do. And that creates a lot of trust and confidence in patients. And that's what really gives me joy as an IVF doctor. Have questions? Please visit our website at www.drmalpani.com. Send me an email and I'll be happy to tell you what you should be doing. We look forward to helping you to have a baby.